missing link everywhere. And I found that to be very distasteful. How can education be transformational? What makes it transformational? What makes that possible? Information transfer is not the objective of any education institution. IT can do that, artificial intelligence can do that better than us. Education to be reformative is also not worth an objective for education, because that is only talking about outward correctness. It doesn't deal with the inside job. So education has to be exclusively transformational, because if and only if it is having an ingredient that is redemptive in nature. Underline the word. Education is possible to be education if and only if it is having redemptive content in it. So in other words, the work of education and the work of redemption is one. Theology students, are you getting me? The work of education and the work of redemption is one and the same. So true education is fundamentally redemptive. Dr. Oliver has been the educational leader. Dr. Howell has been an education leader. And all of you have been through this portals of higher learning for so many years. It might be a little hard for you to take this statement, because we have missed the soul of education and we are searching for the soul. We have lost it somewhere in history, either in passing or intentionally. So I ask the question, within the context that we are living, there is a rejection of the logos. There is a denial of the telos, and there is negation of the philos. No wisdom, no purpose, and no God. That's the context of our culture. The rejection of the absolutes, I call it the rejection of the logos. The denial of the philos. There is no wisdom today, there is knowledge proliferation rather than wisdom embedded in our minds. We have purposeless meaninglessness growing rapidly every day at the cost of discerning the divine purposes of God. All this is it is to be integrated into redemptive education. And that's why I'm going to come to that and ask you to help me in this understanding. In other words, there is foundational truths that need to be integrated into our curriculum, that is redemptive in nature, that brings the impact for transformation. Let me ask you a question, friends. Can a carrot become a cabbage? Can a carrot become a cabbage? Anybody wants to raise your hand? Yes or no? No. Why? Because a carrot produces only carrot. But the Bible is very clear, and the redemptive education is like this. A carrot can bring cabbages, because there is a total shift and this total change. You are not what you were, and you are something else than what you were. That's total transformation. If that's not happening, it's a symptom you don't have the missing link. You don't have the redemptive dimension. It's not faked, it's not put over. It's something's given and it's automatic, and you can see it happen. So I want to ask you, the rationale for redemptive education is because there is a total sea change in the behavior and pattern of our thinking. There is total disintegration of the body, mind, and the spirit. And everything seems to be in a confused state. Disillusionment rules the day. And there is a lot of delusional thinking today in the modern society, postmodern society. You know what's the difference between deception and delusion? deception, you know that you are deceived. Whereas delusion, a lie becomes a truth, and a truth becomes a lie, and you believe a lie to be true, and you start thinking that is true, and you start working your formula forward. So dangerous. And modernity today, postmodernity especially, is actually so delusional, it does not know it is false. It thinks it is true. And therefore it goes forward and it dies a natural death. It's a self-defeating exercise. For those of you who are students of postmodern thinking, how delusional it is for us to think of truth today, post-truth in this postmodern thinking is so diametrically opposed to the purity of truth. So therefore, that's one of my preambles. The world is so disintegrated, everything seems to be disconnected. Social media says it's connecting you. Are you really connected in WhatsApp? WhatsApp is connecting you to everyone instantly, globally. You're connected but not connected. You're connected, you're not connected. The communion. A husband is talking to his wife from his bedroom to his living room with a WhatsApp message. Come here to the bedroom, please. Why can't he go and call her? Husbands have become so lazy in their communication. The warmth, the friendliness of the personal touch. A boy talking to a girl talking to a boy, texting constantly. Change the landscape of communication today. It has brainwashed our landscape of communication. And we are so disoriented, disgruntled, and disillusioned. And I think it's destructive, self-destructive. So everything is so disintegrating and disconnected. So the body, mind, and the spirit is going 3 different directions. And everything is, to me, the second preamble is, if you study the human body very carefully, it's one of the most beautiful engineering marvel. Dr. Howell, I would like to challenge your institution to take a research project to study the human body from the point of its interconnectedness. Fantastic study. One person dedicated, a team of theology students coming forward to understand the interconnectedness of the human body. Earlier they used to say the mind is only controlling the body. And then they said the body controls the mind. Now it's not that, it's multi-directional. My hand controls the mind. My leg controls my heart. My kidney controls my heart. So much of interdirectional thinking that's going on in my system. It is so intricately interconnected, and we have not understood that in modern psychology. We only thought about it as mind, body, and body, mind. But there is so much intricacies in that we have forgotten. That's one of my preambles, by the way. And then everything is well knit together. Well knit together. And it is so important for us to understand that this is a missing link. Such integration is not happening that education is offering. Education is making it even further and making the gap bigger. And therefore you're not having that growth story that you want to tell. The harmony, the balance, the integration, the transformation is not taking place because of the missing link that is so bad, I'm talking about the missing link of redemptive education. Let me just quickly outline one thought for you as far as Indian education is concerned. The National Education Policy, Dr. Howell, I think you probably reviewed it yesterday. One of my friends wanted to talk to me about it yesterday, and I did speak to the Minister of Education and 2 others for about half an hour. And this document actually is promoting an idea which is quite serious in its content part from the point of worldview, Dr. Mark. It's trying to teach us that we must teach yoga in all our institutions. And we must pay homage to the gods of this land, without which you can't run an institution. Fundamental subtleties are inserted in it. And as a Christian educator, where is my position as a leader What is my stand on it? Are we bold enough to be strong on the fundamentals of the Bible? Or are we going to deviate from it and just justify it in terms of politics? We talk about BJP. You know what BJP stands for? Bring Jesus to the people. Why should we be afraid of standing up for that which is true? Why? Why are you scared? The truth is in your side. That's why I'm telling you today, by the authority of the Word of God, Christian education has missed the point. And I'm taking care of 300 institutions. It's a mammoth task. I've already gone to 2 secular universities and presented the worldview of the Christian church. You know, the power of wholeness and the power of balance. In 2 top universities in India, MIT is one of the premier institutions for engineering, and the Vice Chancellor, Dr. Mangesh Chaudhary, who happens to be my very personal friend of mine, and he is also the president of the UGC, Council of Vice Chancellors, has taken upon himself to integrate this into the peace curriculum in all the 2 universities that he's running. 60,000 students. In fact, that you talked about, Dr. Mark.